Welcome to Season 12 of the Social Work Rants Podcast, providing an inside look of the social work mental health profession, social work being political, the struggles of social work entrepreneurship, the intersectionality of mental health and finances as it relates to social work and society as a whole. Let's get it. Hope you enjoy. Hello, social workers, mental health professionals, and change agents. Welcome to another episode of the Social Work Rants Podcast. I'm your host, Bash Moreno. Saludos a todos. Greetings, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, tapping in wherever you are watching or listening to this podcast. I appreciate all the love and support. Gracias a todos por su apoyo. Happy Social Work Month. It's still Social Work Month. This month is flying by. I did want to hope everybody is enjoying their social work month as best as they can. There's a lot happening in the world, so definitely do your best to practice your self care. I did want to share a story that happened recently with a social work uh, care manager out in Georgia. And a person named Nicholas Cruz, goes by Nick, 34, out of Marietta, Georgia, who was shot on I was going to say in the line of duty, but sometimes social work kind of feels like you're in the line of duty, and that's no disrespect to police officers and firefighters who do amazing work. At least most do. Um, so Mr. Cruz was shot on March 17th. So right in the heart, in the middle of social work month, while working. Um, and he survived by a pregnant wife. So his wife is pregnant, and they already have two children. A uh, a 51-year-old male came into the office for a walk-in mental health consultation when the shooting happened. And I saw this report on Facebook. And I saw this on mysocialworknews.com, and then I saw a couple of pages, group pages that I'm in on Facebook, and then I started to see this on Instagram. So this took place at a VA clinic in Jasper, Georgia. And I saw the update that the memorial service took place today as of this recording. This is Sunday, March 22nd, and I record this episode. So the funeral service happened today. Uh, the agency said that the person, I'm not going to say the perpetrator's name, came in with an arm with a handgun, exchanged gunfire with police officers, and a care manager, social work care manager, was pronounced dead at the scene. No other injuries were reported. Um, you work at a VA, and my VA social workers can attest to this. Um, so been going through it for most of this first year of the Trump administration with not getting paid and going to work and all this other stuff. So what was the safety protocols in a place that somebody could go in there to a clinic with a handgun, um, whether open carry stayed or not, just walk up in place. I want to know what was said, what that would drive somebody, take out a gun and shoot somebody. Um, So there's a whole lot of safety implications. We deal with it all the time. We deal with myself for years doing home visits. I've been threatened a couple of times by clients. I had a client threaten to shoot me um, during in front of my supervisor, and my supervisor didn't do anything. Um, during a meeting. So I've had mentally unstable clients threaten me. So it does happen in the field. One time I was waiting for a client and got hit by a small school bus. So, um, stuff. I'm curious to know what the safety protocols. There's a lot of failure. It looks like from the articles that I've seen in terms of just not only the the safety of the social worker, but just the clinic as a whole. Like for somebody to come in with 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 a gun and is really crazy. I did want to touch on a financial aspects. I'm a certified financial social worker, and um, financial literacy month is literally like next week, in April. So it looks like the family, obviously, the bills are not going to stop. So they requested a GoFundMe uh, page. Um, you know, it doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are. Obviously, the younger you are, definitely get life insurance. Get a term life policy. You- If you're healthy, healthier you are, the better. Don't start till you get pre-diabetes, high blood pressure. God forbid you get into a car accident. Life happens. Get yourself a term policy. There is not that expensive. Get yourself a policy. Work within your budget to get it done. And I know with the many of us are paying student loans, and the student loans have been a hot mess. Everything is going up except the check. I get that, but in 2026, we cannot go living our lives without some sort of a term life insurance policy. You can get whole life if you want to, but stress and term, uh, get get coverage. Many There's many coverages now that don't even require you to see a doctor. Just do it online, set up an account, just get something in place. So that was the thing that struck me as well. Safety protocols. What were they? What caused during the is an initial appears to be an initial session. So it's not a well established client whatsoever. What were the questions like? Again, I'm not victim blaming. Just want to know what would make somebody pull out a gun during the middle of an intake session and start shooting, and killing a social worker. And this is the third uh, social worker that was killed literally within like the last like 6 months. So please be careful out there. Please, if you feel like you're working with a client and you don't feel safe, advocate for yourself. Transfer that client out if you're doing one-on-one outpatient. You private practice. If you work for an agency, advocate for yourself to have that uh, client change to another worker. Um, I definitely asked a few times to a few different occasions to remove myself from being a social work care manager for these patients that threatened me a few times. So the times that did happen. So definitely advocate for yourselves, and you're not getting if you're not being heard, you're nothing act no action is taking place. You know that might be your cue to start looking for a new place of employment. And I know this economy totally freaking sucks right now to be trying to look for a new job. So definitely advocate for yourselves in case you feel like you are in danger of. And, and sometimes it's just when it's your time, it is your time, and it doesn't matter when it's going to happen. Is going to happen, and unfortunately, for this gentleman and the other social workers that pass, God's like that's your time, and I need you home. So it's unfortunate that this happened on Social Work Month. It's supposed to be a joyous occasion for us. We bust out our asses day in day out to help our clients. Um, it just really, really, it sucks that this happened, and may you know may Mr. Cruz, I'm just trying to get the person's name. May Mr. Cruz rest in peace. The family gets the care and support that they need. Um, you know, I'm sure if you like Google the story, maybe the GoFundMe page will pop up. Maybe you want to donate to that cause, because death is expensive. I talk about this in my financial workshops that I do, and eh, funerals are expensive, wakes are expensive. You transporting the body for burials, all that's expensive. And yes, we're dealing with the grief and the loss, but um, and trying to process and going through the stages of grief. But in the midst of all that, the finances are going to kick you right in the ass if you don't take care of it. That's what you gotta get yourself a policy. You gotta get yourself a life insurance policy. If you're young, you're healthy, you're in your 30s, and you you outside, you living your best life and doing all the things that's beautiful. You deserve it, but make sure you get a term policy, because just in case, you just never freaking know what's gonna happen to you, to your loved ones. Um, so yeah, so I wanted to get this off my chest. When I saw the story, I was like, I gotta talk about it on the podcast. So stay safe, do the best you can, advocate for yourselves, for your safety. You deserve to be safe where you work at. Um, whether it be not in a nonprofit setting, doesn't matter what setting you work at, schools, doesn't matter. You deserve to be safe and be in an environment where you're safe, that you're able to work, you and nothing's going to happen to you. Nothing's going to happen to your coworkers. Nothing's going to happen to your clients. If you can help it, you know, and if your safety is in danger in any way, don't hesitate to advocate for yourself. And, and you may have to remove yourself from an unsafe environment. And if that's what you need to do, by all means, do that. Do what's best for you. So, on that note, um, again, Mr. Cruz, rest in peace. And we'll talk soon, folks.